Ranking the last 10 UCL finals in terms of the quality of the match, the atmosphere in the stadium, and the two teams playing in the final. Right, let's start with number 10, the worst final. 1920, Bayern beat PSG 1-0 with a Kingsley Coman goal. Now this is a fairly easy pick because it was right during the COVID pandemic, so there weren't any fans in the stadium, so it was a really cold atmosphere. So I think this has to go at the bottom because of the poor lack of atmosphere. The game itself wasn't particularly great to watch. And although PSG were a new team in the final, it wasn't the best final, to be honest. And at number 9, for similar reasons, is 2021's final, Chelsea 1-0 against Man City. Again, there were fans, but there weren't enough to create a real crowd. And the quality of the match itself, again, wasn't spectacular with just a Havertz goal. And again, it was a pretty dull affair, but the fact that there were fans means it avoids bottom spot. And in 8th place, we have the 21-22 final. Now this final had all sorts of problems. Fans couldn't get into the stadium because of police spreading tear gas potentially on fans. This was really not a great look for the final, and it wasn't the most spectacular match. Courtois was brilliant in saving many Liverpool shots, but Liverpool were a little underwhelming, and Vinicius Jr. got the only goal, so it has to go in 8th. Because although there was an atmosphere in this game, the game itself wasn't great, and it was marred in controversy. So, right, on to 7th. And we have last season's final, Man City 1-0 against Inter. Another dull affair, 1-0, in which Rodri scored a belter. The atmosphere in this match was great. The quality only was good in the last 20 minutes or so as the game came to life after Rodri scored, with some Lakaka misses. But for the majority of the match, it wasn't a particularly appealing affair. However, having a fresh winner to the Champions League was something that can be commended. In 6th place, we have the 18-19 final, 2-0 against Tottenham, won by Liverpool. Now this was a very dull match. I remember watching it and thinking, oh my god, it's so dull. There was an early penalty which sparked things up, but a late goal sealed the deal, but the match was really not that exciting. However, I'll put it a bit higher because there were 2 goals and Spurs are reaching their first final for a very long time, so it deserves a spot a little higher than some of the previous ones. In at number 5 is the 15-16 final between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. A Real Madrid derby in the Champions League final? Count me in. A missed penalty? Whoa. There was some real exciting stuff in this final, and it went all the way to penalties. However, the extra time wasn't particularly great, but it was a pretty great final. Deserves halfway in the ranking. In 4th, we may have a controversial decision here, is the 16-17 final between Real Madrid and Juventus. Now this final was great. Mario Mandzukic scored an incredible goal and Cristiano Ronaldo grabbed a brace against his next club. But the problem is the game was quite one-sided. So it was 3-1 and then Juventus got a red card in Juan Cuadrado, and a last minute goal sealed any possibility of any comeback. So it was a good final, but there wasn't much tension in it. Getting the bronze medal position is the 14-15 final between Juventus and Barcelona, which they won 3-1. Now this game was a slightly better game than the Real Madrid-Juventus game, simply because there was slightly more tension in it. Barcelona were only 1-0 up after Rakitic's goal in the 4th minute, and Juventus got an equaliser in the second half. Barcelona scored a second through Suarez in the 68th minute, meaning the game was 2-1. There was still some tension in it until the last minute when Neymar sealed the deal with a 3-1 victory in the 97th minute. There was a good atmosphere, good teams, and good tension. It deserves a bronze medal position. In 2nd place, we have the 17-18 final, Real Madrid winning 3-1 against Liverpool. Now this game was famous for all the wrong reasons, or all the right ones, depending on which side, of course, you were on. Karius was a victim in this game, as he conceded two fatal errors, one which led to Benzema scoring, and one which he should have saved but Bale scored, and now he will forever be a meme. Just for the comedy this game produced, it deserves a second spot, but in first place is the 2013-2014 Champions League final between Real Madrid and Atletico Madrid. Yet again we have another Madrid derby, and it deserves a top spot. The game ended 1-1 after 90 minutes, but it was an absolutely incredible 90 minutes, with Atletico Madrid taking the lead, and Ramos scoring in the 93rd minute to send the game to extra time. Real Madrid with the momentum scored 3 goals in extra time, producing one of the greatest comebacks in Champions League history, with Bale, Marcelo and Ronaldo ensuring Real Madrid secured yet another Champions League. Just because of how incredible this comeback was, it deserves its top spot. Thank you for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later.